Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Bodal Chemicals Limited Q1 FY'25 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on a touch-tone phone. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Ankit Patel. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Bodal Chemicals Limited, I extend a very warm welcome to everyone for joining us on the call today. On this call, we are joined by our CFO, Mr. Mayur Upadhyaya. I hope everyone had an opportunity to go through the financial results and investor presentation, which has been uploaded on the stock exchange and our company's website. We will give you a quick overview of the recent developments in the chemical industry, and then Mr. Mayur Upadhyaya will walk you through the operational and financial performance for the Q1 FY'25. Global economy continues with uncertainty, with geopolitical events, country-specific economic crisis, and inflation. There have been multiple global logistic issues emanating from China as well as Red Sea impacting the global trade. Since last couple of months, we have been experiencing stability in demand for our industry products. It seems the destocking position has come to an end and gradual recovery, but at low speed is there. There is still uncertainty for end of war between Russia and Ukraine, but industry has started living with the circumstances. The two major markets, the United States and the Europe, have been still slow due to multiple headwinds from rising inflation to uncertain geopolitical scenarios. Slowdown in China impacting the domestic demand in China, resulting in excess volumes originating from China. Most aggressive interest rate in US causing financial conditions to tighten, and recessionary trends continue impacting the demand. We are India's largest integrated manufacturer of dyestuff, dye intermediates, and hold a meaningful market share in the world. We also have basic chemicals, caustic soda, and recently new product group is added, which is benzene downstream products. In today's environment, where Indian suppliers are emerging as preferred partners globally, we have been able to hold our leadership position. Coming straight to our operational performance, during the Q1 FY'25, company achieved total revenue of 424 crores, growth by 24% on year-on-year basis and 6% on quarter-on-quarter basis, mainly led by volumes. This is consecutive second significant quarterly growth. It indicates recovery and management expected to sustain. The absolute EBITDA stood at 37 crores, 19% growth on year-on-year basis. Interest, depreciation, and other overheads has increased at the company level on capitalization of Sycas benzene downstream project. On the other hand, there was negligible contribution by this project at top line level due to the quality stabilization process. Hence, the increased overhead offset partial profitability of the other divisions. Our standalone profit after tax stood at 1.14 crore and consolidated loss after tax stood at 1.17 crores. Coming to dye intermediates, at present, dye intermediates like HSA and sulfone pricing have been stable, giving chance for recovery. For Q1 FY'25, total revenue from dye intermediate stood at 136 crores, a degrowth of 6% on quarter-on-quarter basis and growth of 46% on year-on-year basis, led mainly by volume. Vinyl sulfone and HSA prices were 227 and 431 per kg respectively in Q1 FY'25. Being an integrated dyestuff manufacturer, we produce major dye intermediate products, and about 40% of this intermediate capacity is captively consumed, resulting in a cost advantage for our dyestuff products. The balanced capacity of dye intermediates is served in both domestic as well as global markets. Considering the improvement in volume, we are hopeful this division will deliver the better performance in coming days. Coming to our die stuffs, revenue from this business for Q1 stood at 135 crores. Due to better volume, the revenue growth in die stuffs stood at 18% on year-on-year and 15% on quarter-on-quarter basis. Coming to basic chemicals, about 50% of our basic chemicals are captively used for die intermediates. Our overall basic chemicals contributed around 40 crores for Q1, which grew by 16% year-on-year and 15% quarter-on-quarter basis. Coming to the chlor-alkali business, during Q1, chlor-alkali business has reported a revenue of 78 crores, growth by 12% YOY, led by volume growth of 14% year-on-year basis. Also, revenue grew by 15% and volume grew by 11% on quarter-on-quarter basis. The company is expecting further volume growth in coming days with anticipation of better chlorine consumption by surrounding CPW units, including a new unit. The prices are stable and looking forward positive demand in the end-use industry in medium term. Global caustic demand remains balanced and India remains net exporter of caustic with surplus capacity. Our Saika Greenfield project has commenced its commercial production of benzene downstream products and achieved the required quality norms by now. Due to negligible scale of production, this unit has not contributed to the revenue in Q1. Company expects quality and production to stabilize in Q2 FY'25 and meaningful contribution in top and bottom line from this project will be in the second half of FY'25. Stenar Boya, which is our wholly owned subsidiary company, is located in Turkey, and Turkey as a country is experiencing hyperinflation. During the quarter, due to AS'29, there is rupees 2.4 crore loss, and same is already a part of this declared result. Chinese and Indonesian subsidiaries have performed satisfactory. We have been moving up the value chain and working relentlessly towards diversifying the business from our core die stuff and die intermediate business towards the specialty chemical products like benzene derivatives. Manufacturers and exporters in India are having a challenging time managing the overhead cost. Over the years, chemical industry has seen a transformation. Long-term story of India remains intact, and the chemical industry is poised to grow from here on. Thank you, and now I hand over the call to Mr. Mayur Padya to walk you through the financial performance.
Good evening, everyone. The overall performance of the company has been satisfactory for the quarter gone by. Our standalone performance for Q1 FY'25 is as follows. Total revenue for Q1 FY'25 stood at 421 crore. EBITDA stood at rupees 39 crore in Q1 FY'25. Net profit after tax for the quarter stood at rupees 1.14 crore. Our consolidated performance for Q1 FY'25 is as follows. Total revenue stood at 424 crore for Q1 FY'25. EBITDA stood at rupees 37 crore for Q1 FY'25 with a margin of 8.7%. Net loss after tax for the quarter stood at 1.17 crore for Q1 FY'25. Division-wise performance on consolidated basis for the Q1 FY'25 are as follows. Die stuff revenue stood at rupees 135 crore. Die intermediate revenue stood at rupees 136 crore. Basic chemical revenue stood at 40 crore. Chlor-alkali revenue stood at 78 crore. Total production volume on standalone basis for Q1 FY'25 are as follows. Die stuff reported 4,504 metric ton. Intermediate reported 6,124 metric ton. Basic chemical stood at 56,469 metric ton. Chlor-alkali stood at 22,262 metric ton. With this, I conclude the presentation and open the floor for further discussion by way of question and answer.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question is from the line of Aditya Ketan from SMIMS Institutional Equities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Sir, my first question is, sir, onto basic chemicals, sir, any particular reason like this quarter, the revenue growth has been around 15% on YY basis and almost to 15% on sequential basis. I believe the realizations have gone up. So any particular reason why the basic chemical realizations are going up?
Hello?
So there are some volume improvements in a product called thionyl chloride. That is one of the reasons why the volumes have gone up and realizations have gone up.
No, sir, the volumes has been flattish, but the revenue has gone up. So realizations have gone up.
Timing, the finished good prices were a little higher. I think that would be the main reason.
It's a very negligible amount as far as total revenue is concerned.
Okay. Yes. Sir, so this increase in basic chemical prices is also a hint that the commodity prices are now inching up, so our basic RM prices also would start to move up?
No. When we say basic chemical, it includes mainly sulfuric acid, its derivative, and thionyl chloride. And when we say 15% improvement, so that comes to hardly 5 crore. So in a company, the total revenue of 424 crore, 5 crore is a negligible amount. So it do not reflect what you are considering. There are other raw materials like caustic, aniline oil. These are the big raw materials which affect particular raw materials prices for our dye intermediates. So there is no upward trend as far as raw materials are concerned. And on the other way, some cooling of pricing in aniline oil has been experienced.
Okay. And sir, onto the benzene derivative, so we have not booked any revenue for this quarter. So sir, what the issues has been related to quality, so has the issue been now resolved? And sir, what was the reason like we had so we had booked the overhead cost, higher depreciation, higher finance cost. So when the revenue is not booked, then how come the bottom line numbers are being booked like? I wanted to know that on that part.
See, as per accounting standard and auditor's requirement, when we can start the production, at that time we need to capitalize the plant. So in March, we were in a position to start the production, and we have done some production also. But after that, as you know, there are two foreign technologies are involved. One is KBR from Germany and another is Sulzer from Switzerland, wherein as per contract, they are required to make us production of the required quality. And we do not want to go in the market with, in a way, substandard quality. So it was our focus and the technology supplier's obligation to achieve the required quality. So for that, this process time was there, and that's why we have not done much production, and our focus was to stabilize the quality. So this is in a way technical thing. So that's why we have capitalized in March, but there was not any significant production, and that will start from this month onward.
Okay. So sir, for FY'25, how much utilization numbers And what revenue are we targeting from benzene derivative?
We, as mentioned in our presentation also, we are expecting that during this quarter, quality has already been stabilized, so production will also get stabilized. So we'll get half year for a production for current year, and that half year can contribute 100 to 125 crore. That much top line we can expect if we remain even a conservative and say about 60-70% utilization of plant is there. So this much number we can expect in second half of current year.
Okay. And sir, on to the chlor-alkali, sir, for the last 3 to 4 quarters, like the realizations has been almost flattish at around 34-35 rupees per kilo. So there hasn't been any improvement yet into the chlor-alkali side, or you think that structurally demand has been like flattish, or there are some other issues which we can attribute to?
The chlor-alkali demand is more or less stable. What advantage we have is our location. The realization are slightly better than the western part of India. We are placed at northern side, and over there no new capacity has come up in last several years. So that's why we have some advantage over the players which are there in Gujarat and Rajasthan. So what advantage we got particularly in this quarter is our numbers of production has improved from 19,000 metric ton to 22,000 metric ton. And that should sustain, and there can be some improvement in this number. Otherwise, more or less demand is same. Gradual improvement is there because this is a product which is used in many industries, and India's growth as far as chemical, pharma and other sectors are there. So that will lead to some consumption growth of this product.
Sir, got it. Sir, one last question.
Yeah.
So we improvement at least on the EBITDA side, reaching to a level of 35 crore. Like when we look at the last history of 6-7, around 20-25 crore EBITDA only. So we maintain on this run rate and mean that the derivative would start to flow in and higher realization from caustic also.
તમે જે વ્યક્તિ સાથે વાત કરી રહ્યા છો એમને તમારા કોલને હોલ્ડ પર રાખ્યો છે. કૃપા કરીને લાઇન પર રહો. आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं उसने आपकी कॉल को होल्ड पर रखा है. कृपया लाइन पर बने रहें. The person you are speaking with has put your call on hold. Please stay on the line. તમે જે વ્યક્તિ સાથે વાત કરી રહ્યા છો એમને તમારા કોલને હોલ્ડ પર રાખ્યો છે. કૃપા કરીને લાઇન પર રહો. आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं उसने आपकी कॉल को होल्ड पर रखा है. कृपया लाइन पर बने रहें. The person you are speaking with has put your call on hold. Please stay on the line. તમે જે વ્યક્તિ સાથે વાત કરી રહ્યા છો એમને તમારા કોલને હોલ્ડ પર રાખ્યો છે. कृपा કરીને लाइन पर रहो. आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं
Hello.
कॉल ने होल्ड पर राख्यो.
Yes, sir. Just a minute. The line of the management has gone on hold.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much of what I said was audible. I'll try to repeat the answer. It's about the maintaining the EBITDA, right? Which we did this quarter.
Yes, sir. So this quarter, there has been a good jump in EBITDA. So suppose if the benzene derivatives and caustic soda, everything starts to flow in. Sir, what could be the peak EBITDA like we can see? And are we on an improved trajectory right now, like all the negatives are behind? Just want to know that part.
We are definitely on the growth trajectory as far as all the divisions go. There is still room to improve a little bit of volumes in dye stuff, just a little bit in dye intermediates also. Basic chemicals is, I think, doing at around 90%, so there is no scope for volumes there. But benzene is definitely going to be commercialized this month, and will start selling in good volumes now. And within 2 to 3 months, we are targeting to reach about 80 to 90% volumes utilization. So I think that should definitely contribute top and bottom line both. And chloralkali still has a slightly about 5 to 10% capacity utilization improvement space left. So all this put together, I think maintaining this EBITDA level of 35 crores, that is definitely possible and should happen with the coming quarters. And I can say that we should do even better in the coming quarters.
Okay. So just one last question. Sir, onto the interest cost in this quarter, like 21 crore. We can assume it to 85 crore, or there would be on interest side. And on depreciation also, what is your...
The interest cost will start reducing from this level, because quarterly we are repaying our term loan, and we are not expecting much improvement as far as working capital is concerned. There can be some improvement because our Saika project will start. But this is something, a peak interest number we can say, and from here onwards there can be some reduction as far as interest is concerned. So for the full year, we are not expecting it to more than 74-75 crore.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask questions.
If there are no further questions, we can conclude the call, please.
Okay, sir. As there are no further questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Mayur Padya for closing comments.
Yes, with this, we conclude the call and would like to thank everyone for joining us today on this earnings call. If you have any further queries or questions, you can connect with us from our numbers on the website. Thank you very much.
Thank you. On behalf of Bodal Chemicals Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thanks.